Coming at you from the OLR podcast studio.
It's really more of a basement.
Coming to you from the OLR basement studio.
But it's still a podcast.
Coming to you from the podcast basement studio.
Yeah, but you still need to say OLR.
Coming to you from the OLR podcast basement studio.
Oh, that's way too many words.
Coming at you.
That's not enough. You still need to say OLR.
Let's just start. It's OLR. Are we recording? Seems like we're recording. Are you here?
Yes.
Are you?
Here I am.
There you am.
First, it's our every 3 week podcast these days.
Yeah, that's all right. It's happening. We're not.
Is this the Lucas Hickman
That's the
meme or Will Ferrell and Wedding
Will
Crashers?
Ferrell, Lucas Hickman.
You look just
Meatloaf.
like him when you do it.
Wait, look, what about this?
It's all right, isn't it?
It's coming in. It's coming in.
Very able. Lincoln.
Yes.
Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck, I would say, more matter.
I'm not sure who that is.
Didn't expect you to.
Is he a football player?
Well, right sport. There you
What's
go.
it?
Look at that. Would you look at that?
I was just guessing.
The show started off today in the floor.
Yeah. Tell him why.
I simulated oral sex on Lucas.
Yeah.
I
Pretended like you were going.
I just walked up and pretended. I just put my hand on his head. Is all I done.
Right.
It's not, he inferred that I was simulating oral sex.
Right. So what happened to you?
I held my own good 20
Did you?
seconds.
Did you?
Yeah, a good 20 seconds. You was trying to get your move on me.
Yeah. I was just kind of
Feeling
working on you.
It ended up with my gut hanging out on the basement floor, me tapping because Lucas was about to break my arm.
Here's your shoulder. I was going to get your shoulder. Your shoulder's about to come out. That was called a kimura, if anybody's interested in what happened. It was a pretty spectacular one, too. You know why?
I couldn't see
Because I completely mounted your head. Completely mounted your head.
my head ended up in your crotch area almost.
Right.
On top of actually your ass was sitting on top of my head.
Right.
My shoulder was
Yeah.
it was in a form that should not be.
I got you, is the thing.
Yeah. Well, good.
Yeah.
You're a jiu-jitsu guy. I'm not.
I ought to have, is
Yeah.
the thing.
I don't go jiu-jitsu
You don't.
twice a week. So what do you expect out of me?
Not a lot.
Exactly. Next time I'm going to come. I've been watching Bloodsport on Netflix.
That's not going to do you any good.
Yeah. If I come up with one of those raising knee lifts to your head next week when you're not looking, or 3 weeks from now.
But I'm
however we're
always
doing it.
looking for it.
If you're not.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing it. 30-year friendship, be damned. You've jiu-jitsu'd me enough the last month that I'm thinking about just coming in right off the start and saying this.
I'm ready right now.
No, it's next week.
I'm ready right now.
You might want to train a little harder this week.
No.
Habib.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
It's whatever. I don't care to break your nose. Hope I do. Hope I bust your eardrum.
I hope you do too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know why? Be the last one you get. Because
That's fine.
I'm gonna
But I'll have
gonna
it.
pop your kneecap off.
Not that then.
At that point in time,
Nope.
I'm gonna pop your kneecap
I'll bust your
completely
nose.
off.
I'm going to break your nose. I'm going to bust your eardrum.
I'm gonna pop your kneecap off, and you're gonna be going, "Oh no, what happened to my
No. As
kneecap?"
soon as I do that, I'm running back to the Silverado.
Yeah.
Go back to North Springs. I'm chain locking my door. I'm going to call
That's not a bad idea, really.
I'm going to call one of these dope heads down the road. I'm giving $50. I'm going to say, here's 50. Watch out for Lucas Hickman leaving his house.
Watch him. Call me when it
If
happens.
he looks like he's coming my way,
Holler at me.
I might pay him $100 just to loosen your lug nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd take it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
No.
I got you. I got you covered. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm going to beat your ass one of these days.
No,
That's all
you
I did.
sure
I'm
ain't.
going to go jiu-jitsu.
I wish you would.
I'm not going to. I'm going to find.
I wish you'd
I'm
come
going
on.
to find a more extreme. I'm going to find something tougher than jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
I'm going to scour the internet today in Cookeville.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put batter ass.
Than jiu-jitsu. You know what you're going to find is that you probably just going to have to wind up at Alpha Jiu-Jitsu. And you know what that means? You're going to be in class with me. And you know what that
I'm going
means?
to beat your ass.
It means twice a week you're going to get absolutely lit up.
No.
I was rolling with a guy the other day, and he said, I think I'm going to go over there, and I'm going to roll with that guy. He said, but I'd probably lose. I said, that's all right. You've been losing over here.
Because you're a sociopath.
Why don't you go over there?
Serial killer.
No. Sociopath, maybe. I've never killed anybody.
I'd say there's a time or two that was close.
That's possible.
I've seen it in your eyes too many times.
Yeah. My little boy asked me the other day, Camden, he said, what's wrong with your eyes right now, Daddy? I was a little angry. He said, what's wrong with your eyes right now? I said, nothing, I don't guess. He goes, they look crazy. I said, really? He said, yeah. I don't know, buddy. I don't know. It's just me, I guess.
Yeah.
That's just what.
He'll know.
Yeah, he'll get,
He'll understand one of these days.
Eventually, he's going to look in the mirror and go, oh, that's it. There it is. That's what Daddy had. I've got it. I've got it like Daddy did. He's a crazy person.
Well.
That was my favorite part. Well.
I talked to Sashin over the weekend, last weekend during Mackie's wedding.
Yeah.
He said his favorite part of the podcast with Mackie was when we were talking about Sashin riding down on the camel.
Yeah.
He said there's two things stuck out. He goes, you and your dry humor saying, Jesus effing Christ.
Who, you or me?
Me.
Okay.
When Mackie said,
yeah.
Sashin said, First off, Mackie talks about the camel, and you're just like all calmly, dryly, like Jesus effing Christ, because you're used to it. He's like, then Lucas come out and said, yeah, Sashin really should say. Do you remember this?
No, I don't.
When he said Marie said no, and you're like, realistically, Sashin should be the one to say no to this idea. So Sashin just said you both had your perfect input on this idea.
Yeah.
No Indians were harmed in the wedding.
Well, that's
or
good.
Bachelor party.
I am just hoping that there was no camels got rode down.
I didn't see any.
We're good.
Didn't see any. That wrapped up this is my first weekend with nothing. I've never looked forward
to nothing.
To a month. It was 4 weekends of fun, but then I've never looked forward to it being over.
Right.
It was a lot.
You did a lot.
The bachelor party, the Lynchburg trip, the North Springs Music Festival, then Mackie's wedding.
Yeah.
It was like so much going on. But
the music festival turned out pretty good, even though it rained a lot.
Seemed like it, yeah. Seemed like it was. I was going to talk to myself as you leave the room. You bring up a point and be like, hey, I'm going to walk out now. I'm going to walk out.
I was giving you an opportunity to talk while I got up and walk away.
What you got?
But
bingo card?
Yeah, bingo card. Internet password.
About time. You think I want it now?
No, it's not for you now. You can't have it now.
Let's go screw myself.
Yep.
North Springs Music Festival was good. I'm going to read, instead of just giving you I want to read what I sent the newspaper. So the newspaper told me one time, oh, that's awesome you're doing the shows at the fairground. Anytime you do an event like that, send us some photos and
some pictures.
And an article.
Photos are pictures. It's my fault.
Yeah. And so I thought, you know what? That's right, because I've only put one in the newspaper, best of my knowledge.
Right.
So they said, just quote yourself on some stuff and we'll print it in. Basically. So I did. They said, we're interested in post stuff like this. I looked at the newspaper like the week before, and it was like bare minimum. Like the Save a Lot ads might have been the highlight of the newspaper. So I put in my article, first annual North Springs Music Festival was held on October 10th. The 7-hour event was headlined by singer-songwriters Rod Davis and Brandon Martin, both from Kentucky. Dustin Kennedy from North Springs said the following: I'd like to thank everyone who came out in less than ideal weather conditions for this music festival. A lot of hard work by many folks went into the show. There was a chance the rain was going to ruin it, but man, so many people came out to support the musicians, myself, and the vendors who were set up. After the successful 4 songwriters we hosted at the fairgrounds, an outdoor show, My Family Farm, was the big goal for 2020. Once COVID hit, it delayed the plans, but I think our attendance Saturday night, despite the rain, showed that people are anxious to start getting out again. I'd like to thank Mayor Randy Hetty for working with me on this event, as we made sure to adhere to all COVID guidelines. Also, City Mayor Lloyd Williams and Jordan Hunter from the Chamber of Commerce for their support as well. I had 14 sponsors step up and contribute to this event. That was huge in making this event happen. Those guys are awesome for their support.
Huge. It was huge.
I said about the musicians. I was excited to bring Rye Davis in as our headliner. This is the third show Rye's played for us, and he is always a hit with our crowd. He talked about a charismatic performer who should absolutely be a household name, and is Rye Davis all day long. Luckily for me, Rye's wife Brandy, who is always awesome to work with, introduced me to Brendan Martin, another true country performer for Eastern Kentucky. That dude's voice blew everybody away Saturday night. Andrew Poe from Alabama was back for a second show in Jackson County. Mike DeMezza with Stevie D got the crowd fired up. Same for Brother Raines. Cherokee Upton and Jordan Walker, two young local girls, did awesome with Chris Raines saying they were kicking the guys' butts. Rounding it out was Josh McCurry and Matt Mayberry from Smith and Jackson County. Both played originals as well as covers and did really well. Once again, so many people to thank for their support on the success of this show. We have the first one behind us. Now we can start to concentrate on 2021. So my point was to show everybody much gratitude and appreciation for coming out, sitting in the rain,
Right.
listening to music. And instead, listen. I know this might sound like sour grapes. We got two pictures. I sent in, like I said, the newspaper is not always not a lot going on sometimes.
Right.
So I sent in pictures of every single musician, whether they used them or not, and then the article.
Right.
I know that was kind of long-winded a little bit.
I mean, that'd fit pretty easily into
It fit pretty easily.
small piece of paper.
So we got two pictures on top of the lifestyle section. North Springs Music Festival recently held. Picture of Rye Davis on the left, picture of Brandon Martin on the right. So apologize to you other six musicians
that were
I sent
there
pictures
also.
in. But that is the headliner, and I do appreciate them putting in the paper. But I thought, I wonder why they didn't put the article in there. And I look over to the left, and there's a half a page dedicated to how to still do outdoor activities in the fall weather. Like, we get these stupid things from work.
Guess what, though? That was an outdoor activity in the fall weather. Why not point to that?
I would imagine other things that's happening in Jackson County will get much more love in the upcoming newspaper. But it was funny. Literally, the whole page on the left side, half page. We suggest getting a fire pit. Dress warmly in the fall weather in the brisk.
Yeah.
So we get these things at work. We have to sign up at 4th of July. Be careful with fireworks. At Christmas time, watch turning your Christmas lights off.
Right.
That essentially that's what was on the left side of the newspaper, and I just laughed a little bit. I thought, okay, well, piss on my article.
Right.
So now I'm using my own platform.
Right.
To thank the people.
We'll thank them on here.
There was over 100 people there. There was around 45 to 50 people who bought tickets that didn't show up.
And they probably didn't expect the tents and.
Yeah. I announced it.
The covered stages and everything to be as nice as they were.
Yeah. I did announce it. I mean, I did the best I could. And I apologize to those. I mean, you can't help it. I mean, it's still a business.
Right.
It's still, it's still a lot of money that was on my end that was put forward initially. So
you got to do it.
To me, I likened it to me buying Titans tickets in July for a game in December, and I wake up and there's 3 inches of snow.
And it's cold.
Or it's 25 degrees and it's spitting rain.
Right.
I mean, I've got $200 invested in those tickets.
Yeah.
Am I going to go sit through the crap or?
Yeah. You're not going to get your money back on them.
The only difference is, at our festival, you were allowed to bring your canopies and your tents
right.
and your umbrellas and your own coolers. So, I mean, I'm saying that, but not one person has come to me complaining and wanting their money back. Nothing like that. Everybody's been really cool. And I've seen several people out in town and they've said, "Hey, man, we had tickets, but we wish we could have come. We understand."
Yeah.
So everybody's cool. I'm not saying.
You know what I was impressed by is that the field was in such good shape after you were done.
But here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are. North Springs Music Festival was great, though. Yeah, Rye did
It was a good time, huh?
What about Kristen Heflin? Kristen Heflin drove all the way from Illinois.
Did she have a good time?
Yeah, looks like it. Looks like she
it.
did, yeah. Locked her keys in her vehicle. We had to get old Roger Ward, Tommy Ward, whoever it was. Roger, I think, come down. Unlock
the car for her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she probably tired, been driving a long way. How long was the drive for?
I guess 6 hours or something. Yeah. 6 hours, maybe.
That's a long drive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, yeah, she showed out, and there was, goodness, man, there were so many people that, like I said, I hate the people, and I know there had been another 50, 60 probably walk up that day.
Uh-huh.
So
You had 50 or 60 walk in?
No, there was some walk-ups, but I think there would have been at least 50 more.
Oh, had it been.
Had
it not rained.
Had it not rained, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I think it would have been well over 200, and 200 in North Springs is not a
lot.
bad day at the office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of vehicles there. Whenever I come through, there was a lot down there.
Yeah, there was. JB's done their thing, and I think the Moonshine Distillery went over real well. I know a lot of people saying they're going to go out and buy. I hated that because so many people was wanting to buy.
Yeah.
They come up to me like, dude, can we not just get them to sell me a bottle?
Yeah.
Yeah,
probably not.
Yeah.
They probably can't.
They couldn't, but I do hope that everybody, they were sure giving up the free samples.
Right.
So I sure hope that people go take care
find
of them.
some, yeah. I saw him down at dollar store last night, and he said, as I asked him how it was going, he said, good, man. He said, hell, I'm signing more autographs than I am anything.
It's just funny.
Yeah.
It's funny because people give me a hard time for autographs, where I've collected autographs throughout the years of sports memorabilia, music memorabilia per se. And, but I even, they asked me at Arno's that day, get him to autograph that bottle. No,
I know him.
Yeah, same difference when Trey Crowder was on the show.
Right.
I would never ask Trey Crowder for an autograph, but people do meet and greets every single night on their well-read comedy tour.
Oh, right, yeah.
People are like freaking out to meet him. I'm like, it's Trey Crowder.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's just perspective, I guess. But no, I'm tickled to death for Arnold Hatcher. It's funnier than shit, really. He's posed. He's got a shirt or a hoodie called that says "More Than Eye Candy." Arnold Hatcher, because he's posed up on something last night on something. So
that's funny. Hey, he come in and he saw me. He said, that's that Hickman. You're at Hickman, boy, ain't you? I said, well, Arnold, hell yeah, you know me. He said, well, I thought so. He said, but goddamn, you got big, didn't you? I said, well, I don't know. I grew up. He said, last time I remember you was about 15. I said,
come on, Arno.
No, Arno. That's not right. That's not right.
I'm sure you've seen him sometime in the last 20 years.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I lived with his nephew,
He saw me one day and goes, oh, Rick, how are you? Yeah. I said, goddamn, Curtis, how are you? He said, oh, my God, I meant Dustin. I said, good, because James was next out of there. If you missed
I'm about to light you up with names.
Curtis or James, which one you want to be?
Whoever you want, you got it. How was the wedding?
Oh, well, hold on. Let's get back. I do want some musician wise.
Oh, yeah.
Matt Mayberry did good.
Yeah.
And I missed a lot of. If I heard 2 songs by each performer, it'd be good.
Yeah.
One day I'm gonna sit down and enjoy. I'm gonna enjoy
music festival. Here's why I doubt that. Because I've seen you go to music festivals that you didn't put on, or not music festivals, but music shows that you didn't put on, and you're still politicking.
Yeah.
You're a politician.
Yeah, I guess so.
So you was politicking.
Well, I feel like I need to thank people and go around.
You'll listen to them later when you get the CD. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I've got all their. I wanted to hear it. Even Brandon Martin, who I was so excited to see, I was in Andrew Pope run a few minutes late, and I was in there in their green room, which is Rick's back building there, talking to Andrew for a few minutes. So I missed quite a bit of Brandon. I said, we got up there. He goes, anything you want to hear in particular? I said, Low Moaning Song would be great. He goes, shit.
Already played it?
No, he said, well, shit, let's just start off with it. That's when I was walking him up on stage.
Oh, yeah.
But no, Josh McCreary did very well. People were bragging on Matt as well. Then the girls from Salina, Cherokee Upton, and Jordan Walker from Coopville, man, I did get to sit back and listen to a couple of their songs because
did a good job.
The first couple, when Josh and Matt was up there, I was trying to get still things. I'm still worried about people rolling in, people still setting up tents. People was asking me where they could put their tent.
Right.
I was still having running back and forth to the merch booth. I was getting cash out. But I did get to hear them, and man, they were pretty damn good.
That's good.
Young little girls. Then Chris Raines went up. I didn't hear Chris hardly play anything. I heard him. I stopped long enough to hear him play "Much Too Young" by Garth Brooks because he said DK made me play this because he played all originals. And so I was back and forth. That's when Chris was playing. Brandon and Rye had just got there, and I helped them. I walked them, showed them where to set up all their merchandise and stuff. But you know the thing about Andrew's going through a lot. His grandmother had been sick, so he was kind of in and out. You know, he did a good job, but he
did his job and left.
Yeah, he didn't even stay. I got him a hotel in Cookville, and he was like, "Man, just give somebody else that hotel. I got to go back with my grandma." And so I felt bad for him, but he did good. Rye said, and Rye puffed up Brandon Strode. He goes, "This boy's voice is going to fill this whole holler up."
Right.
And God dang, Don Asbury just kept going, "God, DK, God." He said he's the freaking best here. He's the best you got here, Brandon Martin. So hope to see him again. He played with Ward Davis and Josh Morningstar.
Oh, really?
Like the Thursday following the festival. So, and then Rye come out there, and Rye did phenomenal. And the best thing about Rye, by the end of the time it had rained a little bit, and it rained harder, and the sun came out, and it rained again. And people sat through all this. There were some people who had left. I guess they were just like, crap. I hate that they left for Rye because he put on a whole show. And, man, the people who were left out there dancing in the rain, Randy Birdwell out there dancing in the rain, everybody, everybody that was out there. There's probably still 50, 60 people left at least. Like I said, maybe more than that. I don't know. I'm a bad judge of that. But there's, over that amount. Just singing and dancing in the rain. That's when you kind of had a successful night. So Rye plays a whole set. Then he brings Brandon back out for an encore. Him and Brandon do Turn the Page. They did The Conversation by Hank and Waylon and did a couple more songs. And then Rye goes off the stage and we're talking. And I said, "Shit, man, they're still yelling for you." He said, "Shoot, I've already, I've played quite a bit." And I said, "Well, if I can get you some more money."
Right.
And he said, "I mean, if they want me to play some more, I'll play some more." I got it back there and I said, "All right, hell, he's done played a whole set. He's done an encore." I said, "I've done filled his pockets full, but I got it's time for y'all to throw a little money his way."
Right.
I said, "Come on now." I said, he ain't coming back out here unless there's some money on this stage. People start throwing money.
Throwing money out there.
And I said, "All right, you may feel like a stripper, but come on out, Ryan." But, man, he's just so good. Yeah. Such a freaking good performer. And so, yeah, I'd say it went well. And for the wedding, just a long pause there, just in case we
need to.
Beautiful wedding.
Was it? How'd it go?
It was at a place called River Cliff, and I apologize to Mackie. I might have been the worst best man ever. They give me crap. Said you didn't get all the groomsmen gifts for the bachelor party. I just was so. They didn't say that. Somebody else said that.
Right.
I got koozies, and it come in a 4-pack, and I don't know. I should have bought a 12-pack, I guess, of koozies, but.
I didn't know that the best man was supposed to get the wedding gifts for the.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, no, they were just giving me a hard time. For the bachelor party, I got Mackie. I bought him a sash to wear. He's like, "I'm not wearing a sash."
Why not, Mackie?
And I said, "Why would you think I'd buy you a sash?" He goes, "Because I met you." And it said, "She said no strippers." That's what it was supposed to say, and it didn't come in time, so I canceled the order. But I got koozies, a 4-pack of koozies said "Same vagina forever."
That's pretty funny.
It was, so we packed those around pigeon forwards when we went. But man, it was a place called River Cliff, hosted, owned I guess by Trevor Mickey and his wife Dewana, that I've known in another lifetime ago. It seemed like in Cookville, and so it's out of Sparta going towards
up towards
Spencer.
Spencer, yeah,
beautiful place. It wasn't as hard to find as
what Mackie made it out to be.
I didn't think so, but.
Just a long ways away.
About 20 minutes outside of Sparta, maybe.
Well, that's not too
15 or 20. No, it's not as bad. I made it seem so long that Lindsay was like, "There's no sense you even coming home." On Friday night for the rehearsal. She said, "There's no sense. I mean, if it's that far away, you got to be back there a little after lunch for pictures. Just stay." So, yeah, it was great. The whole thing. Suits were nice. We took pictures with wrestling belts at Mackie's request.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you? Do you have enough for every groomsman?
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, why wouldn't
and, you know? Yeah. It's funny to me that he sent me the picture of all of us. Other than Mackie, I'm probably the biggest wrestling fan of that group because it was Henry Hall, who probably doesn't watch wrestling. Jason Stewart, who I know doesn't watch wrestling. Thad does not watch wrestling. Steve Mackey had a belt on. Clay Dotson does watch wrestling. He has historically. So, and I'm the one guy that don't know how to hold a belt.
everybody just kind of naturally did it.
Everybody looks like they ought to be on the cover of Pro Wrestling Illustrated PWI 500 or something. And I'm just like, I'm the local guy wrestling in Sparta High School.
Hold it like you caught a fish.
It was so awkward. I mean, I strapped over my shoulder like everybody else, but I was holding it, and it was just one picture. They caught me with my eyes closed. Like, it was terrible. But Marie looked great, looked beautiful. Man, it was just good.
Now, did they go off on a honeymoon?
They went to Tybee Island, I think.
Oh, that's good.
Again, terrible best man. They got. I mean, man. I mean, seriously, the pressure and stress of planning his bachelor party at the same time I'm planning the music festival.
Uh-huh.
Like, people were like, "Hey, what time is the wedding?" I was like, "I don't know. What time is where's the wedding at?"
I could tell you.
Somewhere between Sparta and Spencer. I mean, I had no answers for this wedding.
Uh-huh.
Lindsay thought I was bullshitting her.
She thought you was lying, trying to get her to stay home.
Yeah, I said, really, I don't know nothing about this wedding.
Yeah.
So that's when I got to be there. So, trying to think of some other things.
I'll get an address from Mackie right there at the end or something, and I'll show up.
Yeah, that's. Well, Barry and Jeanette was talking about what time they had to be there to cook and what time the food needed to be prepared. And I said, "Oh, so what time's the wedding?" Jeanette said, "You're the best man." I said, "Oh no."
Yeah.
You gonna answer my question?
That title's honorary, so
yeah. The maid of honor, Hannah, had been on me. She's like, "I got to go before you because I don't know what you're going to say on your best man speech."
Yeah.
She said, "I can't imagine. I can follow it."
Yeah.
So I'm going forward first.
Did you have a good one though?
I don't know. I've been complimenting on it, but I felt good about it.
Well, that's good. Was there any point in time where Mackie his face turned red?
I don't know, but Curtis Hatcher said he was hiding.
That's good
because I started talking about the bachelor party. So a bunch of the guys were on the bachelor party. I was turned to looking for familiar faces, and I didn't see familiar faces. They were all hid. That basically, it just said a few of the points. I said, something about I've been prepared for this speech for a little while. By prepared, I mean I've been putting bullet points in my phone as I think of them. And I said, I finally looked at them this morning. And I said, the problem is, I said, you stay with Mackie the night before his wedding. You think you want to get rested up.
Right.
I said, by 3:30, me and Thad are having to wrestle him down in bed because he won't go to bed. I said, he's wanting to be at the Waffle House at 7 a.m. I said, only Jeremy Mackie would put you through absolute hell the night before his wedding.
Right.
And I said, I met Mackie 10 years ago. Feels like 70 when you run around with Mackie. It's just I said, we also automatically clicked. Our friendship, me, Jeff, Jeremy. I said, we clicked. I said, from there on, I said, we've been together for that long. And I went, whoa. Said, and that wouldn't have, it was accidental. I said, it's not supposed to be worded that way, but now you know how I'm the best man.
Right.
I said, we were inseparable, man. Anywhere I was at, I said, Mackie was right there. I said, so much as when I got married in June 2012, Mackie was right there. I said, by right there, I mean hammered drunk on a float on Center Hill Lake, no showing the hell out of my wedding. I said, so you're lucky I'm here, and all that. And I said, Jeremy and Jeff always had 50-yard line tickets to the Titans game. And I said, the beautiful thing was they wouldn't take their significant other, and they wouldn't take each other. So I got to go. I said, every concert, Jeremy and Jeff would take me. I said, then came Marie. I said, Marie took my place at Titans games. I said, I didn't get to go meet Luke Combs and Ashley McBride before they got famous. That was Marie backstage with them. I said, but she stands by her man. I said, there was a point. I said, me and Mackie we're nerds. I said, we collect sports memorabilia. So we were going to the Titans fence before a game one time. I'm going to get an autograph Marcus Mariota. He said, well, what Marcus stuff you got? I said, I purposely hid one picture from him because I really liked it. I went to the bathroom, come back, and he said, I didn't tell me about that Marcus picture in the Color Rush game. I said, because I wanted to keep it, Mackie, and I know you're a damn thief. Yeah. He comes to it, he goes, well, it's in my folder now. And it pissed me off. It legitimately pissed me off. Right. It did. At the time, I was like, what the hell? Who does that? Right. There's 7 other pictures of Mariota I said you can have. Yeah. You take the one that I'm trying to hide from you. I was like, Mackie, this is how this works. I said, you get on the internet, you type in Marcus Mariota game photos. You find one you like, you right-click it, you save it to your computer, you send it to Sharp Prints. I said, in 3 to 5 business days, it's at your house, you bring it to the game, you get it signed. I said, my wife would have been like, give him the damn picture back. I was like, no, not Marie. Marie was such in love with this guy. She looks at him and goes, so you can get another one then, can't you, Dustin? Yes, I can, Marie. I said, I'm scared to death of this woman. I said, Mackie wants to stay out all night. I'm not part of it because I'm petrified of Marie. I said, it's honest to God truth. I said, another thing. I said, this girl can sing. I said, Marie can legitimately sing. I said, when she gets to karaoke, the girl can sing. I said, you know who can't sing?
Mackie.
The guy who karaoke's all the time. The guy that walks in like he's Elvis Presley in a bar going,
Yeah.
pointing to every direction. Then he comes up to you and says, "Well, you don't hear tonight. You don't hear
Somebody else sing, Maggie. How about that?
You want to hear Alabama or you want to hear Brand New Man? 'Cause by God, I'm feeling Brand New Man tonight." I said, knowing the first words out of your mouth when you get on that microphone, "Hey, man, them don't look like high heel sneakers."
Yeah. Yeah. We both know you're not going to sing Brand New Man.
No. I said, it's Dinosaur every single time. I said, fast forward to our bachelor party. I said, the boy, I said, after 15 times of hearing, "Where's the door? Where's the door? Where's the GD door?" I said, this man is offended. Reckon why them cops come here and messed with us. I don't know, Mackie. Maybe the point that you were chest naked twerking upside down on a wall to wop while ago. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, maybe the neighbors think that there's a grizzly bear trying to get inside of one of these cabins over here. He's standing upside down trying to lure out the little kids or something.
Oh man, then that was the highlights of it pretty much. And I said, I don't know if I'm probably missing some parts, but yeah, that video was so disgustingly hot.
I didn't know what I've heard that word a few times, and I didn't know what it was.
It stands for moist booty vagina.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got
That's
you.
what I meant. Yeah.
I'll put it together.
Yeah. But anyway, I just told Mackie, I said, well, I'm way over my time. I hit him with the line that I got used on me. I said, I'm way over time. I said, when I was doing my research for best man speeches, I said, I heard that the best man speech should only take as long as the groom to make love. I said, Marie and everybody else can tell you, I'm way about 10 minutes overkill right now.
Yeah, right. There's way too much right now.
Then hit her with a better or worse. Mackie, you couldn't have done much better. Marie, you couldn't have done much worse.
Right. That's good.
I stole that one. I got to give credit where credit's due. Elliot Brown used that one on me.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It was a good, but
it sounds like it went all right.
Well, Cowboy Kevin DJing, JB's barbecue.
Mackie knows everybody, don't he?
Yeah, there were so many people. It's like a who's who of people. Like I hadn't seen in forever.
Mm-hmm.
And people I don't know, people that I know that I don't know.
Yeah.
The place was like they had their like a big barn. Then they had the reception area, which was beautiful. Then you go down, and everybody had to be escorted down by sides down to where the actual wedding was over the river there. Mm-hmm. Whatever body of water we were looking at, I don't know where we were at. So I don't know if it was a lake, it was a river.
Right.
I don't know what big mass of water was behind me.
Uh-huh.
But it was a beautiful backdrop.
Right.
Pictures are going to look phenomenal, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
11 by 14 on them, everybody's mantle. Christmas
Beautiful.
cards, Easter cards, goddamn, every card you need for the next 2 years.
Beautiful body of water.
Bam.
Right there.
There was a sunflower or some sort of flower place there that people felt the need to take pictures in these sunflower. I don't know if it's sunflowers. I don't know. I'm not gay.
Right.
So I don't know my flowers.
Right.
Do you know your flowers?
I know what a sunflower is for sure.
But do you know what anything else is?
I know what a sunflower is and a forget-me-not. I can point out a forget-me-not. And we've got something called an iris in front of our house that my grandmother planted, so I know what that is.
Okay. Well, I don't know. It wasn't a sunflower, but it was something. It was a cousin to a sunflower.
All right.
No,
moonflower.
So much. So who all done that, who all had a hand in participating in that, did a good job.
Well, good.
Mackie, I'm sure, was just doing all the work.
Oh, I guarantee you, he probably slaved over every decision that was made for the wedding.
No doubt about it. He was the bridezilla of the two.
Oh yeah,
No doubt about that.
Yeah. That's probably true. So now that Mackie's married, now that the bachelor trip is over, now that the music fest is behind you, what's DK doing now? This?
I gave my pillow so much head the last 2 days.
Ooh, sleepy time. Sleepy time.
No, I actually went and rode side by sides all day yesterday.
Well, that's a good time. That's still relaxing, though.
Kinda, yeah. Other than getting bumped all around, spilling beer on your floorboard.
Well, I mean, it's part of it. It's part of it.
I like it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. It's just, I have nothing planned. You?
No, I don't have anything.
Think about taking jiu-jitsu up.
Take it. I wish you would start going with me.
No. I'll do a push-up or something here and there.
Make these contests a little bit more interesting.
I'm good. Well, you made me mad today.
You.
So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to stew on that.
Yeah.
I'm going to stew on that for a week.
You ought to.
I have nothing planned.
And do you want to wrestle again? Like
wanna go?
We can turn on the camera and we can do it again if you want to.
Do you know that my favorite wrestler of all time is the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels?
I do know that. And you know what that sweet chin music's going to get you? Single legged, taken down.
Yeah. I'm surprised more people didn't single leg take down Shawn Michaels in his career.
They very well should have.
It's scripted, is why.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why they didn't do it. It's not real.
You know, one of the greatest pound for pound fighters of all time retired yesterday.
Bret Hart.
Khabib.
Oh.
Nurmagomedov retired from the UFC yesterday.
28-0.
29-0.
Yeah. I was making sure you knew what
I did.
You knew your
29-0.
Because he done the last one for his daddy.
Yeah, did the last one. His dad passed away. He's had a couple canceled because of COVID. You know, he got out there and couldn't get to him. And then they got to Fight Island. And he's supposed to have fought Tony Ferguson at some point in time, and that may have been one of the ones that got canceled for COVID, but he fought Justin Gaethje. He beat him second round, 2 minutes, 36 seconds.
He'll be back.
No, I don't think he will.
They'll all come back.
Not that guy. I don't think that guy's coming back. If he does anything, he'll start, coaching wrestling in Dagestan, but I wouldn't expect to see him back in
Dagestan?
I wouldn't expect to see him back in UFC.
Is that some third world country?
It's in Russia. Dagestan's in Russia.
If it ain't United States, I don't know nothing about it.
Right. But I wouldn't expect to see him back. I believe everybody that wanted to fight him that never got an opportunity has missed their opportunity. I don't think they'll be. He's not going to George St. Pierre it and come back for one fight later on or anything. I think he's probably done. He's not the type of guy that'll make a decision lightly. You know what I mean?
You don't think nothing to do with his dad?
Say it again, please.
I done that on purpose.
Yeah.
I started off messing it up. So you don't think his decision is just because of his dad and he's not weighing with his emotions right now?
No, it's actually because of his mother.
Oh.
His mother told him that she didn't want him to fight anymore without his dad around.
Oh.
And she said he told her that he would do one more and then quit. And he said, after he gives his word, he's got to keep it. So there you go.
They were it was all over ESPN this morning.
Oh, I bet.
On a football dominated day, they were talking about Habib.
Yeah. Oh, he's a bad dude. He's nobody could ever figure him out. Obviously, with the
who was the first person he beat to get his name? I mean, the first big fight he had that was.
He's had so many fights. I mean, he fought Connor. You know, that was the one that sent him.
Yeah.
Sent him huge.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah. That was the one where he was always good. And he was always good, and he was always a big name. But his name didn't get huge until it got wrapped up with Connor's. You know.
Yeah, that's who I was talking about.
Yeah. It's like everybody else. You know, Connor was such a whirlwind that there was better fighters. Obviously, Khabib beat him, and Nate Diaz beat him. Nate Diaz being bigger than him. But Nate Diaz was always a draw. He was one of the damn Diaz brothers. You know, he was a draw, but he wasn't going to move the ticket number.
Yeah.
You know, at the gate, not a lot. But then he fought Connor, and all of a sudden, his name's through the roof. You get Nate Diaz on the card, and now tickets move.
Yeah.
So same thing with Khabib. Nobody really turned in to watch Khabib because, you know, he's going to hump him to the ground and tap him out in 2 rounds. You know, you're not going to beat him. And so people didn't tune in to see him. Then he fought Connor, and all of a sudden, you know, he's selling tickets to pay-per-views, or selling subscriptions or whatever you call it.
Yeah. Well, talk about humping and tapping out.
Yeah. You want to
smooth segue to our next topic. Have you ever read vibrator reviews on Amazon?
I've never read a vibrator review.
Me either. Until now.
On Amazon or anywhere else?
Oh, well.
Yeah, I've never read one anywhere.
This is courtesy of Barstool Sports.
Yeah.
This has been a screenshot on my phone for a long time, and I was looking to delete photos not too long ago, and it hit me that we never had read this.
Okay.
Having read everyone's reviews, I had high expectations, but with the price being under $50, I wasn't exactly going to be shocked if it was mediocre. A few friends of mine bought it recently and told me of its power. I was warned to take the day off, hydrate, and above all, do some stretches. I thought they were such drama queens, as you probably should be. I mean,
yeah, I mean,
I've never experimented with a vibrator per se. I can't speak for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what she's going to be in for.
You know, have you? You know, you don't have a lot of experience with vibrators, I'd imagine. So you don't know if stretching is part of it or not, right?
Right. I mean, I've
Okay.
done the actual deed before and never needed stretching prior to or after.
You've got kids. You didn't have to stretch.
No, not once.
Okay. All right. It was delivered within 2 days of ordering, so it's already off to a good start. You can't beat that. She must be a Prime member, obviously.
Got to be a Prime member.
Open in the very discreet box.
And
Instructions.
it must be a Prime member also.
From
what I'm getting.
I think that's where we're going. Instructions say 2.5 hour charge time. Not too bad.
It seems like a lot.
I mean, plugged this little bad boy in.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's
going on.
That's what she did. While the kids are at school waiting for it to charge, killing time reading some erotica.
Why are the kids waiting for it to charge?
Well, I think she forgot her comma.
Okay.
Right there. It's pretty important.
Yeah. In that one sentence, I'm kind of a stickler on, getting the words right. That's the one sentence that you probably should have been a stickler about getting the punctuation right inside of it.
Daughter a freak too.
Yeah.
Killing time reading some erotica, my friend. So she's reading those gas station.
Lathered up, one might say.
She's good and lathered up. She's reading those supermarket eroticas.
Yeah.
I remember Bill Martin's and Red Bullin or maybe
$7.99.
Maybe Food Town in Gainesboro had them.
Fabio was on the cover of every one of them.
While she pulls out his large throbbing member.
Yeah, always member. Never another word.
Well, maybe other words were too hardcore for said erotica books. So while she pulled out his throbbing member. Anyway, and fellow Queenie. Hold on a second. Killing time reading some erotica. My friend. Oh, and fellow Queenie. Whatever that means. Recommended because I don't have time to screw around waiting to get into the mood.
Right.
Okay. I have to get the kids in a few hours, and I need to be ready. I mean, I don't know how this woman's schedule is, but I mean, I know people that usually just,
I think this is the day off. It's about got to be.
She took off to masturbate.
That seemed like what's happening.
Again, can't speak for you, but, I've known people who beat it like they owed them money, and it was literally like, a 5-minute session.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cleanup time and everything.
Man's got shit to do.
We don't have time to make a whole day out of it.
No.
I mean, my vacation time at work is 8 hours, 4 hours, and 2 hours. Right. I wouldn't take any of that for erotica.
No.
Not solo.
No.
So, anyway, I have to get the kids in a few hours. I need to be ready to go when this thing is done charging.
Yeah.
TikTok, bitch. TikTok, welcome to motherhood. Patiently waiting me is checking to see if the light has stopped blinking every 10 minutes like a crackhead waiting for his dealer. All right. After only an hour and a half, solid pink light. Game on.
Bam.
This is the best review ever. I played with the settings on my hand to test this fine machinery out. The vibration for the G-spot is quite strong. I was impressed with that even before use. The next, suction.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
If
your instruction manual, the suction's going to be coming next, right? So many levels, it was interesting to see the different patterns and strength. There are 10 levels for clitoral and 10 patterns for G-spot. She's got this is an advanced thing. Like you.
If she's not paid for this review, then she ought to be.
Yeah. I've never used a clit suction type stimulator.
I've never even heard of it.
I didn't know it was an option. I did not know it was an option.
Not with 10 different levels. And
10 levels for clitoral and 10 for pattern. I mean, maybe 2 and 2. 10, you're getting the Don Dada of vibrators.
I mean, for what she paid, 1 and 1 ought to have been all right.
Yeah, I think so. For $50, low expectations. So she had nothing to compare it to, is all she's saying.
Right.
But look forward to it nonetheless.
Yeah.
Time to solo party.
Bam.
This can't be a real review, but it is.
I'm thinking she's paid for this. Surely.
I found placement for the clit a bit low for my body shape.
Yeah.
It took me a few minutes to get everything where it needed to be. This was a bit time consuming and slightly frustrating.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, you're trying to get to business.
It's not made for your body. I mean, you're off to a bad start. But
you stretch that thing out or something. Which one am I talking about?
I don't know. I don't know.
See, I've never been in this situation. I don't know which one you'd have to stretch.
I don't know what to do with my hands right now. But as with any new toy, it's trial and error.
It's all it is, trial, error.
Just like a weed eater, just like a lawnmower.
Trial, error.
I started the clit on low, which I barely even felt.
Oh, yeah.
Unbeknownst to me, it wasn't lined up 100%.
Right.
Damn. So me being me, I decided to go from 0 to 60 in 3.5.
Why not? 100%.
I hit the suction button setting to level 5 or 6 and hit the G-spot button as well.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This thing got a remote.
She's speedballing. She's speedballing here.
You think she's got a remote out on the side?
Probably a handheld lever or something at least, and made a minor adjustment on suction placement.
Yeah.
At least I think it's what happened.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure I blacked out. This girl.
Yeah.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10 in high school, when she sleeps with the quarterback, does she give every detail to everybody on the cheerleading squad?
Oh, every single one of them. Yeah.
Does everybody on the bus know that she slept?
They say you don't kiss and tell. She does.
She does. This girl actually is a kisser.
She she said, as a matter of fact, I do kiss and tell.
Yeah. And I put Amazon reviews.
Yeah. I gave you what's that when you go to a restaurant or you stay?
Yelp.
A Yelp. I give a Yelp. She gives a Yelp review to everybody she slept with.
I'd say on Tinder
review.
Tinder review every guy.
Every single one of them. I give this guy a 6 out of 3. Is what she said.
My legs went straight out like those goats who faint when scared. God forbid me saying this out loud.
Fainting goat.
I never came
She gave it the fainting goat. That thing gave her the fainting goat.
That's not what I'm embarrassed to read. I apologize to everyone that matters in my life for this next.
We went to music fest, bachelor party, wedding, the fainting goat vibrator. We apologize.
Well, if anybody's listened to us for 4 years knows.
Oh,
sometime we're going here.
We're going south.
We're going where other people won't go.
Except if they got a vibrator.
I never came so fast and so hard in my life.
Yeah.
I squirted. I have never done that.
Oh, Lord.
I've only seen it on TV.
I ain't never seen it.
Luckily, I put a towel down because I hate wet spots.
I'm glad you did. Glad you did now, ain't you?
Good Lord. I frantically tried to turn it off, but ended up hitting the buttons like a maniac, sending to even stronger suction and now variant pulses from the G-spot vibrator, and came again. And I'm pretty sure I levitated.
She levitated. So she's a fainting goat and she levitates. So she's a levitating fainting goat with this $150 vibrator.
It was an unending orgasm.
Yeah.
This time, it gets better.
I bet
the Undertaker went to her house.
Oh, my God.
What is it? What was you going to say about it?
I bet that she wrote this 10 minutes after she was done.
She had to.
I had to.
She was smoking a camel.
Yeah.
This time, my soul left me, and God himself said, "Child, it is not your time. Go back to the little pink light." Mind you, I'm agnostic.
The little pink light.
I'm brought back into my earthly body after managing to pull it off me, throwing it across my bed. It falls to the floor, still buzzing happily away. I shook for a good 5 minutes. I couldn't get off the bed if I even wanted to. I stared at my ceiling, dazed, trying to remember who I am and what year this is. I get up to clean up and realize that my seizure-like orgasms, I hurt my hip and my back. I'm still hobbling 4 hours later. I did not stretch enough.
See, look, it was 4 hours after she got done.
So in conclusion, this met and exceeded expectations. Hydrate. Make sure you don't have anything to do that involves decisions or brain power for the rest of the day. For the love of God, stretch like you're about to run the 500-meter dash.
Let's take a guess as to what this person looks like. What do you want to bet? Kind of person do you think she is? I'm not talking about race or anything. I'm just because I've got a guess on that too. But let's not go there.
I want to hear it. I don't. You're the one asking.
I believe she's a big girl. I believe she's a big girl. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, why does it got to be a big girl?
Because she's trying to get everything situated like it ain't fit for her body. Her body's a little different. I believe there's an issue going on there. I believe that's a big girl vibrator review.
And possibly being a big girl, maybe she hadn't had any action in a while. Is that what you're saying?
I believe so. Because
it's always better when you ain't got it in a while.
Yeah. And it seemed like she had something backed up there. You know what I mean? If she lit the wall up, like she said, if she's floating into the air on the wings of angels after this, the pink fainting goat got a hold of her, so.
Remember the virgin scene on Scary Movie that was spoofing Scream?
When
she's a virgin and she gets off and the man, after she gets off and the dude's stuck to the ceiling.
No, I don't remember that.
In substance.
Yeah. No, that's good. I think as a big girl, hadn't had any in a long time.
Or ever, maybe.
Possibly ever.
No, she had kids.
Maybe they're not hers. Maybe she dropped off. Maybe this is that may be the babysitter. You know what I mean? It might be the housekeeper.
You think so? She could just, I just thought maybe she was a very horny, fit woman.
Well, I don't believe that.
Because, she wouldn't have to stretch like that, I wouldn't think.
No.
Man, I wasn't expecting all that.
I wasn't either, man. That's a lot.
But I read that.
That's a lot. But if you're searching on Amazon for vibrators, what kind of review are you wanting?
That one.
That one. Because if I go on Amazon and I'm looking at if I want to get a new ratchet,
yeah,
you know what I mean? I want to hear like in my hand. When I got this thing in my hand, it felt good, and it had just the right amount of leverage. And whenever I pushed on it, I could tell that it wasn't going to break. That'd be a pretty good vibrator review too. So I don't know. Maybe that's exactly what you're looking for in a vibrator review.
She did well.
She did well. I mean, I'm not going to buy one, but
But really though, if you're a woman who's frustrated with a man, but also don't want to be a lesbian,
right?
Why
get you
spend $50?
Get that pink fainting goat.
Mm-hmm.
You
get that.
Take your day off. Get the pink fainting goat. Put a towel down, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Stretch.
Go to work.
Drink plenty of water.
Stretch.
Really, you don't need us. You don't need us low life men anymore the rest of your life.
The thing that I see though, she spent 2.5 hours waiting, and it seems like about 5 minutes doing the deed.
Right.
They need to speed their charging up.
Yeah,
that's what I see about it right now.
That's one con.
Uh-huh.
That's one thing I'd have to put on a review of it.
Yeah,
I bought it just to see.
Why not?
I've scheduled to take off Tuesday.
Yeah,
but then I realized
get your placement right.
Well,
start stretching.
My body doesn't fit it right.
It's going to be a little off.
That's the problem because I'm a big guy.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be a little off. You just got to keep working with that suction button. Go 0 to 60 on it though.
Oof.
Oof. Yeah, she went. She's only been at it for like 3.5 seconds at this point in time.
She is in it. Or it's in her.
Or on her. Seems like it's on her and in her. It's everywhere, all over.
Oof. Hey, do you want to talk about...
She started flying at one point in time.
You levitated.
You levitated.
Levitated.
Yeah. I mean, she was checking the ceiling fan there at one point in time. What's going on?
Jesus Christ. You want to talk about overrated country singers and Curtis Rich and Don Asbury's opinion?
Yeah, I do. I don't want to do anything else but that right now.
This has also been screenshot on my phone for many, many months that we have these text conversations back and forth.
That's pretty... I want to hear everybody's opinion on overrated country singers because I want somebody else to be mad at somebody else.
Yeah. I took tons
and just before anybody gets, too upset, this isn't even ours.
What's that? What's the disclaimer you put on there on the front of the television show?
These views do not reflect the views of the One Lane Road podcast.
Right. Send all hate mail to Curtis Rich and Don Asbury. Hey, it's funny, by the way, before I tell this story, Don Asbury, when I introduced him to Kristen Heflin, you talk about two loyal OLR listeners. Kristen walks up and I see her, so I'm like, shit. It's almost like you know the person.
Right.
Because she's listened to all of our shows. She probably feels like she knows us.
Uh-huh.
And we've messaged her and things. I read a text. I'm sorry, squirrel there.
Yeah.
But so it just felt like I'm like, actually, I've never met this person, but it feels like I have.
Right.
So I'm talking to her and I say, hey. Don walks up and was like, hey, Kristen, this is my friend Don. I was like, you've probably heard about him on the podcast. It's Dr. Don. He goes, oh, Kristen Heflin from Illinois. You clean houses. Like, shit.
Well, these people know each other.
Are y'all getting married right now? What's happening? So, I left them to be.
Uh-huh.
I didn't want to cock block.
Talk
no, I'm just kidding, guys. But Curtis says, all right, because Curtis starts these conversations 9 times out of 10.
With all right.
All right, most overrated country singers. And Don says, Johnny Cash, LOL. I said, say it again. I said, say it again. Shh. He goes, no, DK, I think Say It Again was by Don Williams. Ha ha. He said, I'll start with some that are before my time. Buck Owens, Jerry Reed, and Loretta Lynn.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that a lot of people like those people. but I couldn't tell you whether they were or not.
No.
I've not listened to a lot of any of them.
I've never listened to any of them.
I know all their names, but I don't know much about any of them.
Same here. I've listened to. I mean, Loretta Lynn is the bigger of the. Well, they're all big names in the old country, classic country. But it'd be more. We'll just let that one go. Then Don says Brooks and Dunn. This one may be unpopular, but I've always thought they were really, really overrated.
I can see that. Now that being said, there's only one of them that like. What's the one of them's actually a musician, one of them's just a singer.
Kix Brooks and Ronnie Dunn is the two.
Yeah. Which one plays the guitar?
Kix Brooks is the one that looks like Aaron Tippin, kind of.
Kix is. Yeah. And Ronnie Dunn's the one that's got the...
big feathered hair.
Yeah, feathered haircut. All I can say is that Kix Brooks, I like his look, and all I can say is, fuck you, Ronnie Dunn. You know?
What would Ricky Kennedy say?
Fuck you, Ronnie Dunn. You know,
exactly.
That's all I can tell him. That's all I got for him.
That's all.
If I ever see the two out in public, I'm going to say, Kix Brooks, can I get your autograph? And fuck you, Ronnie Dunn. You know?
What in the hell's wrong with you? Can you name 5 Brooks and Dunn songs?
No.
Yes, you can.
I can't name one right now.
Brand New Man.
Okay.
Boot Scootin' Boogie.
Yeah.
I mean, just to pull
up. Yeah, I'll just have to pull them up.
Pull up Brooks and Dunn. We're going to determine how overrated they are as far as that's Brand New Man, and they got Red Dirt Road, of course, that came out years later. So let's see.
Boot Scootin' Boogie, Cowgirls Don't Cry, My Maria. Now, I did like My Maria. Believe was a big song for them. Hillbilly Deluxe was kind of a...
It's terrible.
Yeah. Neon Moon. Neon Moon is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to miss me when I'm gone, I would assume that what that next word is. Play something country. See, here's what I don't like is that for Brooks and Dunn, their picture is Ronnie Dunn.
Ronnie Dunn.
Yeah. Red
Dirt
Road.
The tip is a cowboy hat.
Yeah. Just the tip. Though.
So to me, that's 30 years of music, and they've got
Brand New
15
Man.
Songs listed here. 16.
Only in America.
Don't care.
She's not the cheating kind. They're radio songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if I heard Only in America, I'd listen to it. If I never heard it again, I would never know that I never would hear it again.
Right.
Brand New Man, very good.
I wouldn't just remember that I'd heard it before either. You know what I mean?
No. She's Not the Cheating Kind. That's an okay song.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to say they're overrated. They won like 157.
They're radio songs. They're everyone radio songs. You know what I mean?
They won 157 Duo of the Year awards in a row, is what seems like. Because they were the only duo in country music forever.
Ronnie Dunn's got awful hair. I mean, he's got that Keith Urban hair. You know what I mean? Keith Urban and Ronnie Dunn got the same hair.
You know what I think about with except Ronnie Dunn look like a 55-year-old lesbian like Keith Urban does. Kinda.
That's true.
But
if he didn't have that beard and mustache, you might though.
Well, trying to see it, trying not.
Yeah.
I will take them at their very absolute worst. Find me the absolute worst song Brooks and Dunn ever played. Then I will take it over anything Dan and Shay does.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not even sure who Dan and Shay is.
Well, Lindsay, for whatever reason, turned on the CMA Awards the other night, or CMT Awards, and not the most not the most masculine type fellows ever.
No, they're not.
They're not at all.
Oh, not even a little bit.
No.
I like how this one guy, the shorter one of the two, has spiked his hair up and all of these things, trying to look just the 3 inches taller that he can get to.
Yeah, I don't know if he's shorter or the other guy's tall.
I don't know, but he's obviously aware of the fact that he's a lot shorter than the other guy.
But
he's got that hair spiked up real tall in every picture.
The other one looks like he's maybe got a boyfriend, though, so I'll give it to the shorter guy.
He does look like it right there for sure, doesn't he?
I thought he looks cooler than him. I think he looks cooler.
That's the coolest.
This one, that's disturbing. That picture's disturbing of him.
I don't care for that.
I don't want to spend any more time on Dan and Shay.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go
Sorry
back.
for bringing them up, really.
Okay.
All right. They're a waste of time.
Okay.
This is one I disagree with. Montgomery Gentry. I don't like them at all, Don says.
They had some okay songs. They're retired now, aren't they?
Well, one of them's dead, so I'd say.
Really?
Yeah. Troy Gentry died in a helicopter crash a couple years ago.
Really? I did not know that.
So I'm going to list off some Montgomery Gentry songs. Long Line of Losers, Back When I Knew It All, One in Every Crowd, She Couldn't Change Me, written by Chris Knight. Cold One Coming On. Lucky Man. What do you think about that? My Town, Daddy Won't Sell the Farm, Lonely and Gone, Hillbilly Shoes, Self-Made Man. Did I say that already? No, I didn't.
What do you think about
She
that?
Loved Me, I Ain't Got It All That Bad, Never Thought I'd Live This Long. I love Montgomery Gentry.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
From like a 2001 to 2005 window especially. Maybe it's nostalgia kicking in because we used to ride around with AJ and Brad and we'd listen to that early album. I used to karaoke with one of my cousin Brianna's ex-boyfriends, the Hillbilly Shoes. You want to judge me by the whiskey on my breath?
What about Titty's Beer? Have you ever even heard that?
Titty's Beer, no.
That's what it says. That's what it says right there, Titty's Beer.
Not to be confused with the masterpiece by Rodney Carrington, Titties and Beer.
Yeah.
Just Titty's Beer. I'd love to get some lyrics on that.
Let's see what we can find here. We're not going to be able to listen to that. I don't know why. Well,
there's two things about this video. The first 3 seconds into it, there's titties and beer.
Everywhere.
But is it Titty's Beer? Does Titty actually own the beer in this video?
Seems like they must. I guess I should just type lyrics in beside of it. It's weird that it didn't just pop it up.
I am so interested. Who is Titty, and does he or she actually own this beer?
Is the beer any good, or is
if it comes out of a titty? Then
is it just for?
We've got to read these lyrics.
Let's see. Growing up, I remember one year, my Uncle Titus had a bright idea. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
He's going to bottle up his own brew. Figured he could make $1 million or $2 million. Taste wasn't going to be his claim to fame. All no. What he was banking on was all in its name. Titties, 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 beer. Just the thing to get you grinning ear to ear. Whether you're from the country or the big old city, one thing's for sure, everybody loves titties. He had his marketing plan worked up. He's going to sell them in big old jugs. Ha, 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 ha.
Man.
He wouldn't package them in a 6-pack. He's going to sell them by the pair and call it a rack. And he was sure it was the next big thing. Oh, yeah. With Dolly Parton in his ad campaign. Selling. Titties, titties, titties beer. Just the thing to get you grinning ear to ear. Whether you're from the country or the big old city, one thing's for sure. Everybody loves titties.
It looked like a bonus song. Yeah. Look. Because it's got 14 songs on it. It's got 15 titties beer. It's not lit up. So.
Oh, it's the bonus at the end. Happy hour, 2 for $1. Talking about a beer buzz. Ooh, son. After work, at the ball game, or shooting the bull, anytime's the right time for a big old handful of titties, titties, titties beer. Just the thing to get you grinning ear to ear, whether you're from the country or the big old city.
We get it.
One thing's for sure, everybody loves titties.
Well,
one thing's for sure, everybody loves titties.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah.
Well, that being said, would you drink titties beer?
Well, here's the thing.
You still drink beer?
When you work real hard and your day's gone shitty, man, what could be better than a mouthful of titty?
Man. Give me a rack, baby. Make that a couple. Bring some more of those titties over here to me, baby. I wonder if you make them in little bottles. Is that itty bitty titties? I wonder if you make them in little bottles. Is that itty bitty titties? Who wrote that masterpiece?
I think Colt Ford did.
Colt Ford wished he was that.
The reason I say that is because look right below here. I saw Colt Ford's name a while ago.
You're obsessed with Colt Ford, by the way.
I am. I just don't like him.
So I disagree, even though that might not be the song that sticks out in my fandom of Montgomery Gentry.
Yeah, they're all right.
Don goes on to say, Luke Bryan is nearly the most overrated artist of all time of any genre.
I agree with that 100%.
To me, he legitimately sounds like a country caricature comedy act.
Yes.
I just don't understand his popularity, how anyone could take him seriously. He even seems to be in on the joke and knows he isn't a real artist, but many of his fans don't.
I'll agree with everything he said there.
Yep. We've We spent many, many moons talking about Luke Brown on the show. And he said, what's your two, Curtis? Curtis says, And, Curtis can go straight to hell for this answer. Eric Church, and this one is really unpopular, Hank Jr. I know I'm going to catch shit on the Hank one, but it's not so much that he's overrated. It's just that I got burnt out on him. And we talked about that before. Curtis said that why does everybody, every time you go to a bonfire, it's family tradition, it's Whiskey Man Hellbound, it's Country Boy Can Survive, They just hadn't dig deep enough. They're just going, Colt Ford did play Titty's
There
Beer.
it is. Colt Ford wrote it.
If you click on that, I'll burn your house down.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it.
So then he says, and Eric Church, actually, Don says, I like Eric Church a lot. He isn't the most talented guy by a long shot, but he has substance, and I like that a lot. He's one of my top favorite 4 current country artists. Curtis, I get it. People have just ruined both of them for me. Don said, I respect Hank Jr.'s talent, his work ethic, and amazing ability to produce so much music. His song book just isn't one of my favorites, just personal taste. Which I get. Not everybody loves Hank Jr. I've seen a lot of hate from a lot of damn libtard country artists now.
Over Hank?
Yeah, they're just like, because one artist who I do seem to enjoy, Kendall Marvel, who writes songs for Stapleton and Jamie, and he's put his own music out. He said, when did it get to be a thing where musicians wear their own merch? And he's like, is it that cool? Am I missing something that artists, do their own merch or wear their own merch? And somebody was like, well, Hank Jr., Hank Jr. always wears Hank Jr. stuff. He goes, yeah, that's Hank Jr., and it's kind of expected. Just kind of unnecessary heat towards Hank Jr. We watched an interview that time where he was talking about, who was it? It was Dolly Parton. Yeah. And Hank made everything about Hank.
Yeah.
It's just...
at the point in time that Hank Williams Jr. was trying to sell merchandise, there wasn't the internet and models and shit to put it on. So he had to wear his own merchandise to get people to buy it.
Yeah, I hadn't seen Hank Jr. wear Hank Jr. stuff in a lot of years.
Right.
He's like wearing hunting clothes and stuff. And every time I see him wearing anything.
And if you're talking about that hat, if they make that hat merchandise, but he still really has to wear a hat sometime, so what hat is he going to wear?
Yeah. He goes on to say, Alabama and Reba and many others fit the same description for me.
You shut your mouth with Reba, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, in Alabama, man, Dixieland Delight.
Okay, I get that. That one's everybody made that song into something else. So it's a really good song, but, people kind of screwed it up. But you shut your mouth with Reba McEntire.
See, and I'm with Alabama. Just look at the Born Country, Mountain Music, Song of the South, Tennessee River, I'm in a Hurry, Don't Know Why. If you're going to play in Texas,
you got to have fiddle in the band.
Song of the did I say Song of the South already? Geez, come on, Don. What are you doing?
Well, people overplayed it for him,
But still, historically.
Yeah, that's a good band.
And Reba,
Yeah, shut your mouth.
Well, actually, before I go any further.
Walrus.
Oh. My current 4 favorites in no particular order. This is from Don. Chris Stapleton.
Yeah.
Eric Church. Jason Eady.
Yeah.
And Miranda Lambert.
I'll take it.
Great list. He said Miranda is underrated in my opinion. She's kind of like Church to me. Not the most talented, but damn, she's got substance.
Yeah. Now, one would say that Church is really talented.
Yeah. I think so.
I think so.
Writes all of his songs pretty much.
Yeah.
Curtis said, don't you dare talk about Reba McEntire. He said,
exactly. Exactly.
Don says, I do like a lot of her stuff. Little Rock, One Promise, Too Late, The Last One to Know, Whoever's in New England. I've never heard any of those songs except for Little Rock, to be honest with you. All those, if I have, I just can't think of them. All those are timeless. But once you get beyond that, I like her stuff less. I mean, there's the night that last one out in Georgia, which is not her song originally. And this is going to be unpopular with DK, but I think the song Fancy is overrated.
It's unpopular with Lucas. I don't know what DK thinks.
It's unpopular with everybody with an opinion, Don. You're the only person I've ever heard that didn't like Fancy. And Curtis gives it an open mouth emoji. And Don says, she's so damn talented, though. Top 3 most talented woman in country ever. It's just there's a lot of her song that isn't my cup of tea. I don't care much for Fancy.
I can believe that. I can appreciate that. I also think you're wrong.
Yeah, this is where Don gets. This is where when he says not my cup of tea, he's not saying she sucks. He's admitting she's great.
Yeah, he's admitting that it's just him.
Curtis says that's the greatest women's country song of all time. Don says no, the greatest woman's song of all time is "Crazy" by Patsy Cline. Now, that is totally just my opinion, but I've got a legit argument.
Okay.
Don says, Stand By Your Man is way up there, too, in the discussion. And Don says, Patsy Cline is way before my time. And as old as I am. She's so far back, I think she's overlooked for best female country singer ever. I put her in my top 3 along with Reba and Martina. I'm going by pure singing talent here.
I say Martina was overrated myself.
He said, well, probably, but she's really good. Think about Patsy's big 3. Is she overrated? I don't know if she ever really done it. I mean, she was never.
A lot of people really, really like her.
Yeah, I think she's very good. Patsy's biggest 3 hits: Crazy, Walking After Midnight, and I Fall to Pieces. She's got 3 songs that are legitimate contenders for best female country song ever. That's true.
Uh-huh.
And Curtis says, sounds like I need to listen to Patsy Cline.
Or you don't.
Don says, sorry for the rambling. Curtis said, best country song. That'll be hard. Don says, He Stopped Loving Her Today is a strong contender. Yeah. Curtis said, that was mine. Don says, David Allen Coe, you never even call me by my name. Claims to be the perfect country and western song in the lyrics. Curtis said, because it is. Don says, The Dance by Garth Brooks is in the discussion. Apparently, I left my phone and ran to Cookville or something because I didn't have a text for any of this.
I would say you just let them have a conversation.
I believe I did. And Curtis says, well, there has to be a George Strait song considering he's the greatest of all time. Don says, Strait is definitely in the discussion for greatest country artist of all time. He's who I would rate number 1, actually. It's just his songbook is so friggin' wide, I can't even pick his own biggest hit. He gets the nod for number 1 due to his body of work, but no simple hit he has in his discussion for best song of all time. Just my opinion. And Curtis said, cross my heart. In no way, shape, or form does I cross my heart even in the discussion top 50 country songs of all time.
No. It was a good hit, but it's nowhere near the list.
Don says, love without end, amen. The chair and the cowboy rides away. Carrying your love with me. Nobody in his right mind. It ain't too cool to be crazy about you. All my exes live in Texas. Amarillo by morning. Oceanfront property. Baby blue. The fireman. Doesn't Fort Worth ever cross your mind? Dude has so many friggin' hits, man. He's the legit best of all time, in my opinion. Curtis said he's the king. They didn't even name my favorite one is Troubadour of him.
Yeah. He was a young troubadour when he wrote in on the song.
And then
he'll be an old troubadour when he's gone, though.
Then how quickly this changes. Curtis says, "What's up with Michael Jordan's eyes?" So it can change on a dime like that. Because when Jordan had those yellow eyes.
Yeah.
So what's your opinion on that? Who's the greatest country singer of all time?
I realistically don't even care. I don't give a shit.
Apparently, I didn't either.
Yeah, I realistically, I don't care who the singer is. Don't give a shit. That's just be a good singer.
Yeah, just don't suck.
Yeah, just don't suck.
Don't look like Dan and Shay.
Yeah.
Don't sound like Sam Hunt.
I hate team sports, so I don't give a shit who wins. It's just
you didn't know you were supposed to win.
I didn't know
for a long time.
I was 32.
Let's take a. There's a never have I ever.
We're an hour and 20 in.
Oh, are we?
Yeah. So if you want to spit it out right now, I got to go to work here in a little bit.
No, that's it. Let me see if there's anything else in my notes. Look up Sturgill Simpson real quick. Sturgill Simpson, of course, because he did.
I as much as I've typed, I'm never going to get any better. You know what I mean?
No.
I'm just never going to get better at it.
About like my reading right there.
I'm just never going to get better.
Sturgill Simpson CMA or puts a sign on CMA.
Let's see. Puts a sign.
Have you listened to the new album by Sturgill?
I mean, it's just covers of itself.
Yeah, but it's bluegrass.
Oh.
But there's songs I never had heard before on there. So it's not. I don't know if it all just covers.
Sturgill Simpson puts a sign
in CMA.
Yeah, CMA.
That'll be good enough. Surely to pop up something. Yeah. Courtesy of WhiskeyRiff.com. Sturgill Simpson has put a sign for Dick Daddy Survival Services Lawn Care up at the Country Music Association.
That's hilarious.
And you know what that is?
What?
That's a real number. And what we're going to do is call it right now.
615-387-9682.
We can play this because it's
Dick Daddy Lawn Care.
I did call this the other day,
To see what it said.
and it was an actual recording. So we'll see if it still got it up. Just another troll job here. Here, go back up to this article. Sturgill Simpson, fresh off the release of his insanely good Cutting Grass Volume 1 Bluegrass record, has once again delivered another A-plus troll job in the CMAs. If you remember back to the 17 CMA Awards, Sturgill busked outside the Bridgestone Arena.
Hi there. Thank you for calling EBSF Lawn Care. We're unable to come to the phone, but if you need the name and number, brief message, we'll get right back to you. We do all lawn maintenance needs from cutting, clipping, trimming, bagging, blowing. We cut crops. We cut where the hell we cut crop circles. Ooh, pick up your dog. If you throw in some old VHS tape or something. All right, now. Thank you.
What is that in the background?
Annoying.
Yeah.
Annoying. Hi, Sturgill. This is Dustin and Lucas of the One Lane Road Podcast.
Hi, Sturgill.
Live. It's Lucas over there. And we just want to commend you on your excellent job of trolling CMAs as shown here on whiskeyriff.com. And keep up the good work. Love the record.
Love you.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Fresh off the release of his insanely good Cutting Grass Volume 1 Bluegrass record, has once again delivered another A-plus troll job on the Country Music Association. If you remember back to 2017 CMA Awards, Sturgill bust outside the Bridgestone Arena with his Grammy in his guitar case during the ceremony. The same ceremony that Sturgill was not invited to. He also revealed that if he was ever to perform, he would play Merle Haggard's Are the Good Times Really Over for Good? And today he's back with a more subtle, yet perhaps even funnier approach. A Dick Daddy Survival School lawn care sign right out front of the CMA headquarters. Got him.
Oh, man. Sturgill. I'll never forget that. Him outside with when most people have their case, their guitar case open where it says tips appreciated. Sturgill had his Grammy sitting out there. I think the most badass moment in CMA history to me was when John Denver won the award and Charlie Rich lit the envelope on fire on stage. That was kind of cool, saying John Denver don't belong in country music.
Uh-huh.
My favorite is in my lifetime was when Alan Jackson, I think it was 1999, George Jones was asked to play Choices. It's George Jones, who in my opinion may be the greatest country music singer of all time, because Lucas don't give a shit. So there's no better answer than what Lucas could give. But 5 minutes later, I'm going to tell you George Jones I think is the greatest. But he was asked to play Choices, but they told him to do a shortened version.
Mm-hmm.
So Alan Jackson's got Papa Top
Uh-huh.
out of the time, so he does like maybe one part of Papa Top,
Uh-huh.
then goes straight into Choices.
Alan Jackson did?
Yeah, then walks right off stage after he sings the whole Choices song. It was a big FU to CMA. I loved it. Alan Jackson gonna look like he's gonna be a guy that I'm already starting to
appreciate more.
But in 10 years,
Uh-huh.
15, he's gonna be looked back with the same reverence that we look at with Waylon Jennings and
Right.
George Jones. I mean, Alan Jackson is the same guy. We just probably overlooked him in the 90s.
Right.
When we were kids listening to Tupac, we didn't appreciate Alan Jackson like we should have.
Right. When he was way down yonder on the Chattahoochee.
I mean, you don't get any better than that.
Not much. Very much.
Not much.
Mm.
I won't say it. I won't say any, but
Yeah. He's a badass. There's a guy up in Knoxville that thinks he looks just like him and dresses just like him and walks around and acts just like him and takes pictures of people going, I'm not him, but take a picture of him anyway.
oh man, there's a guy.
Cowboy something or another. He's a radio DJ up there.
Oh, that's tacky.
Yeah, it's real tacky.
There's a guy that does that. Kid Rock too. Randy Birdwell posted a picture on Facebook one day, and I was like, "That's not him. That's Randy. You didn't actually take a picture with Kid Rock."
Yeah.
And I don't know what to tell him.
Yeah, I don't.
It was Kid Country or Kid something.
Uh-huh. Doug Bruin, maybe?
Oh, I've seen this on the internet, I think.
Yeah. His entire life is dedicated to performing tributes to Alan Jackson. Look right here. You can also see Doug in a tribute to Brooks and Dunn.
Oh. So how does... Oh.
Mm-mm.
That's not weird at all.
Yeah. What are you doing,
There's tribute bands.
I don't know. Why are you dressing up like them? You may just sing the damn song. How about How about you just sing the fucking song and just don't act for yourself? You know what I'm saying? I don't know,
man.
I don't know why people like to do that. You know.
So this is that guy right there. That's not Alan Jackson.
That's not
is it?
Alan Jackson. That's Doug. That's Doug Bruin.
Click
right
on some. Yeah, I want to see some pictures. More pictures of this guy. I'm intrigued now.
Mhm.
I'm intrigued. I'm disgusted.
Let me just put in his name, Doug Bruin.
Man. Get real, Doug Bruin. Really, you know.
What's he doing right here?
You're creepy.
What are you doing, Doug?
That's him. That's him.
It's him up there singing. He said, "I
Wow.
got a career because somebody else got a career."
Oh my.
Yep.
But you got to. Oh God.
What's he doing though? You know, he don't have any of his own songs. I guarantee you. You know what he sings? Alan Jackson song.
Do you think Alan Jackson has this guy? Has a restraining order against this guy?
I don't know why he wouldn't. You know, I would. Let's see if he's ever took a picture of him.
With him.
Yeah, with him, not of him.
Don't see one.
I'll see it. You know,
Restraining
would
order. Yes.
why would you take his picture? You know,
How big was Alan Jackson back in the day? He was on Home Improvement. You don't see Kane Brown on sitcoms these days, do you?
you know who that's not? That's not Doug Bruin.
Hell no, that's Alan Jackson in the flesh. Denim jacket like only he could wear.
I got a denim shirt, and I've been wanting to wear it, but I can't bring myself to do it. You know,
What's that in the white shirt back there? Down there at the very bottom.
right here.
Yes. Is that him?
Neither of those are Alan Jackson. One of them, he thinks he may have taken a picture with Alan Jackson. And this guy's not going to tell him any different. But this is most definitely not Alan Jackson.
I'm intrigued by this.
This is Doug Bruin.
Possibly.
Yeah. You know, he said, "God, I love your music." He said, "Well, I appreciate that.
What's your favorite?
Tell me your favorite." He said, "Way
A
down
lot of-
yonder on the Chattahoochee."
That's my favorite too.
He said, "I like that song myself."
Yeah. I love
Let's take a
singing.
picture. Let's take a damn picture.
Well,
All right. I got to go do some stuff.
I got to go watch Titans hopefully move to 6-0.
Oh, that's
There's 3 undefeated teams in the league. Titans, Steelers, and the Seahawks.
cool.
2 of the 3 play today.
Mm-hmm.
Put some good juju on it right now.
I did.
Yeah, Sammy Sosa did that.
Sammy Sosa did. I'm going to go put some bleach on my skin and go do something.
Well, chicken shit's stout out here today.
Is it? I can't even smell it anymore.
You're so immune to it. You got
Yeah.
20 years of it.
I'm going to go. I'm about to go dive into the middle of it right now.
With your pipe cutters and glue.
I've got a drill, pipe cutters, some glue. I'm going to go get right in the middle of it.
Well, you go do that. I'm gonna go get my recliner.
All right. High five.
So
Tell
good to
everybody
see
I
you
said on your
today.
head.
Yeah, you did. You did.
All right. Love y'all. Love you, Dusty. See you, everybody.